Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows, and what a huge bundle of news stories I have today. A lot has happened and some stories will not be covered. I had to pick some of the best ones out that I believe to be the most exciting. So there's so much to go over. Let's get started. So a few days ago, BHaptics just announced a new haptic suit line for consumers. These are wearables for people like you and me that we can purchase and play some of our favourite virtual reality games in a very immersive way. Feel getting shot, feel the rain, feel the rumble of an explosion, or the vibrations of a car racing around a track. You may have seen myself use some of their products before on the channel, and I love the fact that some of the games are actually natively supported on the Oculus Quest. So the new line of these vests have improved upon the previous model with a longer lasting battery, a more sleek design that is supposed to fit better, and features Bluetooth 4.0. There are two models available, the X40 and the X16, which relates to the number of actuators on the suit. So X40 is 499 and has 40 points where feedback can occur, so that's 20 on the front and 20 on the back. But there is a smaller, more affordable model that has a smaller battery as well, due to less units on it, but still has a life expectancy of over 22 hours, which is longer than the other model, which is 18 hours for the more expensive one. The X16 contains 16 haptic points and is priced at $299, a more affordable option for gamers who want to dive into virtual reality and get immersed as much as possible in their favourite games. The vest natively supports some games on the Oculus Quest such as Death Horizon, Hyperdash, Apex Construct. There are even more, but there are more to be desired still. There are over 20 big titles on Steam that you can enjoy, such as Half-Life Alyx and Skyrim though. So before buying, you may want to check out the games that you are able to play. However, it does have an audio feature where it can convert audio into haptics. You do have to manually configure this yourself, but it means that you can enjoy things like BeatSaber and perhaps even movies with a haptic vest. I will be trying one of these vests soon, so stick around and I can show you what it's all about firsthand. A quick note on this one, as some of you may not have seen my latest video, I showed off the new casting feature available on the Oculus Quest, and some of you may have been like me, where I've got a Chromecast and a HDMI splitter or third-party software in order to stream my Oculus Quest content. Well, now it's super easy. Just visit oculus.com/casting via Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome clients. Then in your headset, if you go to casting, there'll be an option for your computer and you'll be able to wirelessly stream your content to your PC. This is very handy for myself for streaming or capturing content for gameplay, but it still doesn't feed the microphone audio, which is so annoying. Hopefully they will solve this issue. It's so frustrating, but a great addition solving a problem that I personally had. This one I was shocked to hear. This one, the headline just grabbed my attention immediately. Quest 2 jailbreak seems fake. After the celebration I had that someone had finally jailbroken the Quest, a new article has popped up suggesting that the initial report was not real. Robert Long, an employee of Mozilla, offered $5,000 to anyone who could jailbreak the Quest 2. And not long after that announcement, someone had done it. XRSI had contacted the gentleman who claimed to have jailbroken the Quest, and then they reported themselves with their own research that they had validated this, and it was so. Everything seemed pretty legit at this point. The jailbreaker claimed that they had root level access, meaning administration rights. Sudo Sue, make me a sandwich. But now recently a reliable source has come out and said that it didn't work. They were unable to write to the boot partition, so the jailbreak was unsuccessful. A quote from Robert Long about this ordeal was, "I think there was a mistake made by the security researcher in the verification process. I think the jailbreaker may have been malicious or confused, and the researcher made a critical error in claiming it was verified before they should have. XRSI definitely should not have made a public statement saying it was verified when they did." And the drama of this just goes so much deeper, but it's very long to read. So if you want to go over all of the details, I will leave a link down below. It's some nice juicy goss in the VR space. Espire 1, the robotic operative game that is like Metal Gear Solid, is getting an Oculus Quest 2 enhancement, a full-length single-player campaign experience, which I do love my campaigns. The game's first initial release received somewhat of some mixed reviews. It wasn't the most stable of games, it had its flaws, but of course, it's seen a ton of updates since then to rectify them. The Quest 1 will also see some visual improvements, but the Quest 2 will get a nice little extra boost. So in the Quest 2, say goodbye to foveated rendering, so your peripheral visuals are much cleaner and crisp. There will be shader improvements on both headsets. The Quest 2 version will have better particle effects such as bullet impacts and sparks, and something that normally goes amiss is the audio, so the Quest 2 is going to have some audio improvements where bullets will have different sound effects depending on the surface that they hit. All of these updates are just going off reports. Hopefully I will get to try this game out firsthand soon, and then I can give you guys my own impression and if the game is worth diving into again. This next one one, some of you may be excited. It's not really my cup of tea, but new songs for Beat Saber is always a plus, so there is a new BTS song pack available. It's a big one as well. It's got an album's worth of songs, 12 of the band's biggest hits, along with some new characters called Tiny Tan, inspired by the BTS members. This map pack contains 60 beat maps, so 12 songs, that's around 5 different variations on each. You can play things such as Boy With Love, Mic Drop, Dynamite, Not Today! I don't know any of these songs. Oh, and there's also a new environment, so there's a lot here actually, but then there should be since you pay so much for a pack like this. Let's talk about new games coming to the system. It feels like the releases of new titles hasn't been that abundant considering it's the end of the year. So I love hearing when new games are coming, and one as charming as this is surely welcome. Happy Giant have just dropped a new trailer for Sam & Max VR. The trailer has dropped some hints on what to expect, such as a ton of mini-games around the office as you carry out your police administration duties, protecting the city from an alien invasion, as it opens up with a huge 3-headed dragon creature, of which you RPG away using a bin lid as a shield. The art style looks like a ton of fun, and the game just looks over the top and doesn't take itself too seriously. This has just been confirmed to come to the Oculus Quest, and the footage of this trailer is actually captured from the original Quest headset, which sounds promising. So Sam & Max VR, this time it's virtual. Perhaps this season's most anticipated VR game, Medal of Honor, from Respawn Entertainment, a big developer in the gaming space. They have just spoke out and said that they want to try and bring the experience to the Oculus Quest. I think after the huge success of the Quest headset, it's wise to try and bring any game to the virtual reality platform. So I'm just going to read what Mike Duran said. It explains everything and it has some interesting points. We absolutely want to bring the game to Quest, but we won't compromise the PC version to make that happen. Once the PC content is final, we will assess what it will take to get above and beyond on the Quest system. And with that exercise complete, we'll be able to make a decision on whether or not to bring it to the Quest. Above and Beyond is an extremely large, complicated game. Such a port will not be trivial, and we don't want to do it if we don't think we can deliver on quality. So first of all, PC content isn't final. What? I want to play it. I want to play it now. But it likely won't be final on release either. There's always updates post-release. They also said they're going to evaluate what needs to be done to optimize the game for this system. Something many people worry about is the Quest success, and that it's going to revert the VR progress that we've had and stop us from getting those really stunning, beautiful, hardware-demanding games just to cater for the Quest system. But they said that they do not want to compromise, which is great to hear for those of us that use our PC for virtual reality. And finally, it may not even happen. They're going to evaluate and assess and see if this is even feasible. There is also the possibility that this may be a Quest 2 exclusive, but my fingers are crossed and so are my toes. I love this story. Recently, the community have been banding together and campaigning, complaining, sharing, tweeting, and outrage about exclusivity of people in virtual reality, and it seems that we may have been heard. There wasn't really any policy or a standard to be met for people who perhaps have physical disadvantages but want to enjoy virtual reality games. An easy example of this is someone in a wheelchair. Not all games cater for that scenario. Well, now Oculus have just published some developer documentation outlining a strong recommendation, although it's not mandatory, about what can be done to improve accessibility. It's broken down into sections: UX and UI, controls and interactions, movement and locomotion, displays, app design, audio and captioning. Alongside that is a nice 34-minute video if you prefer not to read and get the general gist of what they are expecting. Some of it you will think, oh, that's obvious, but it's not always catered for. This is definitely a step in the right direction, and I am happy to see this. I bring good news now for this time of year when a lot of our money is spent on Christmas gifts for others, and we may think, what about ourselves? Well, the latest Humble Bundle will help put a smile on your face, as some of the greatest virtual reality games around are going super cheap until the 24th of November. There are different levels to this bundle, such as a $1 option, a $10 option, and a $17 option, and of course the $17 option has all the best stuff, with games like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, one of the greatest VR games yet, which that alone is more expensive than the entire bundle. Zero Caliber VR, a well-loved shooter, there's Raw Data, I Expect You to Die, a secret agent puzzler, Creed, a boxing title that you can use to get an epic workout, Atex, Cybernetic, Archangel Hellfire, and Killing Floor Incursion, which I may have to get that one. I do love zombies. But this bundle would normally set you back $219, but you can get all of it for just $17. These bundles help raise awareness for good causes, and you can decide the amount that goes to the developers or the charity when you make a purchase. So not only do you get an epic game bundle, you help make the world a better place. Aww. These games are redeemable on Steam, so unfortunately you can't buy them and then use the cross-buy feature on the Oculus platform. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and a huge gripe that we've been moaning about for so long is the ability to gift content to people as presents. Especially the holiday season is approaching, and we want to give people games, or we want to play something with a friend who can't afford it. But it's not been possible. I've had to send cash to people for them to purchase games. Well, Boz did an AMA where he answered some community questions, and a couple of questions were asked, and he gave a typical vague response, but it gives us hope. The first of which was, when is 90Hz coming to the Quest 2? And he said, sooner than you think. I thought that it would be this holiday season. It would be the perfect time because people are getting the Quest as Christmas gifts. Lots of headsets have been purchased. But sooner than you think is relative. He was also asked about gift cards and gifting content on the Oculus platform, of which he said as well, stay tuned, also sooner than you think. So my fingers are crossed that before the holiday season is over, we will get these features and we can enjoy virtual reality in 90Hz and also gift games to our friends and family. Let's share the VR love and gift a game. Here's hoping. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in the virtual reality space. Please subscribe to the channel. Just a small little deed means the world to me. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.